Okay, Shalom, Yasharala. I just want to go over some quick scriptures pertaining to incense that we burn, because I see a lot of people they might think you can just burn any incense and it's okay with the Most High, but that's not true. Um, and we can look into it. I'm gonna start with the law. As always, I'm going to start with Colossians 3:17, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach. Give me thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So, everything I say and do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior, Mashiach Yahushua. We give glory and praise and thanks to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's worthy to be praised for everything. So, I want to go to the law first. As I said, we're going to go to Exodus, the 30th chapter, and Exodus, the 30th chapter, the first verse, and it says, "And thou shalt make an atonement." Salaki. Thou shalt make an altar to burnt incense upon. So he's telling us that they have to make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it, right? So we tell them how to make this altar of shittim wood to burn the incense before the Most High, okay? So let's jump up to Exodus 30:9. It's going to be a short video. It said, "Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon." On this altar that we burnt the incense to the Most High. He said, "Ye shall offer no strange incense thereon." So there's incense that's strange. Nor burnt sacrifice, nor meat offering, neither shall ye pour drink offerings thereon, right? So, since we're looking just at the incense, so he says, "You shall offer no strange incense thereon," right? So go to Leviticus, the 10th chapter. That's why it's very important, at least to me. It might not be to everyone, but at least to me, is to know what the Most High like. It's very important. That's what he's telling you. Thou shalt offer no strange incense unto the Most High, right? So let's go to Leviticus, the 10th chapter, in the first and second verse. Well, we can read down from the first verse. Leviticus 10 and 1 down. It says, "And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron," Aaron is the priest, Moses' brother, Aaron's sons. Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer. The censer is something that you see that you put the incense in and they be swinging it around, where the incense just go all over the air. Just like I'll give you an example of perfect example, John the Baptist, his father, Zechariah, he burnt the incense. He was a priest. Let me show you. In Luke, the 1st chapter. And let's look at verse 7. "And they had no child," talking about Zechariah. Well, let's go up from there. Let's start with verse 5. It says, "There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias, of the course of Abia, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth," right? Zachariah and Elizabeth. This is John the Baptist's daddy and mother. And they were both righteous before the Most High, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Most High, blameless. Right? And they had no child because that Elizabeth was barren, and they both were now well stricken in years. They were older. Right? They didn't have any children yet. And it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before the Most High in the order of his course, doing his priestly duty, according to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Most High. That was his office. He's burning incense, right? And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of incense. So the incense is, he's burning incense all over the temple and the people outside praying. See? So, and there appeared unto him an angel of the Most High standing on the right side of the altar of incense. See, just like we read about in Exodus 30:1. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. And the angel said unto him, Fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard. And thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John, which will be John the Baptist. And thou shalt have a joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth, right? So I'm just here just to show you that Zacharias, John the Baptist's daddy, that's what his office. To burn the incense while people was praying, right? Keep that in mind. So going back to Leviticus 10, and Moses said you can't burn any strange incense. So going back to Leviticus 10:1, and Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer and put fire therein and put incense thereon and offered strange fire before the Most High, which he commanded them not. We just read that in Exodus 10:9, right? Listen what happened. And there went out fire from the Most High, see, and devoured them, and they died before the Most High. You see that? Because, see what people don't, that's why I say the first thing we need to learn, if you don't learn anything, is to fear the Most High. Let's see, you can play around if you want to. But the last I read in the law, Deuteronomy 4:24, it says, For the Most High, thy power, your power, is a consuming fire, even a jealous power, right? So, the Most High killed Nadab and Abihu, Aaron's sons, for burning strange incense. You know, like, let's look at what the wise men brought Mashiach Yahushua when he was born. Not when he was, when they first seen him, I'll say, because when they seen him, he was like 2 years old. But let's read about it. Go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter. And let's start at 1, because it's very important to see the spirit of the Edomites, Herod, to see where we at today, too. Now, when Mashiach Yahushua was born in Bethlehem, this is verse 1 down, of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men. They don't say 3 wise men. They came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. That star represents a chariot of the Most High. What they call flying saucers. They call them UFOs, we call them IFOs, we call them unidentified flying objects, we call them identified flying objects. And when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Hamashiach should be born. So you see, he couldn't call these chief priests and scribes if they didn't have some kind of connection with him. See what I'm saying? Because they were tied in with the Roman government. That's why they was going against Hamashiach. They was afraid of losing their power with the government. Verse 5, and they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, but thus it is written by the prophet, and thou Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. So you see, my people Israel. My people Israel. Out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. You see? So, the Most High's people are the Israelites. 12 tribes of Israel. Not 3, not 2, not 1, but 12 tribes of Israel. Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. When did the star appear? When you see this chariot? When you see this IFO, identified flying object, as we know him as. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. That's a lie, though. When they had heard the king, they departed. And lo, the star, which is a chariot, which is a IFO, identified flying object, they call them flying saucers and so forth, and UFOs, which they saw in the east, went before them. So those stars move. Stars don't move. They're in their place just where the Most High put them at when he made them. Till it came and stood over where the young child was. So it was moving till it came over where the young child was. And we still dealing with incense. Now listen. When they saw the star, which is the chariot, which is the IFO, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And when they were come into the house, so how they have them, this nativity scene, he always be in the barn or somewhere, around animals and all that stuff. It say when they came into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, this is their gifts that they brought to him, what did they bring? They presented unto him gifts, gold, the best gold. And what else? And frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh. Let me get some frankincense and myrrh so you can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Okay. This is frankincense. See it? That's frankincense, and this is myrrh. This is how it looks. Frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh. You see? Frankincense and myrrh. This is what they bought them. Frankincense and myrrh. So, if they bought them Hamashiach and they wise men, they bought him frankincense and myrrh, I think that's the best you could bring. And that's the best you could burn. That's incense, right? So it says, and being warned of the Most High in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. So they went another way. They didn't go back to Herod to tell him where Hamashiach was. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Most High appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother and flee into Egypt. Okay, if he looked like this, wait a minute now, let me see. I got my book here. If he looked like this, we know the Egyptians are dark-skinned people. He looked like this and ran into Egypt, but they look like that. All of them look like that. And he ran into Egypt. He stick out like a sore thumb, y'all. You know that. He ran to Egypt because he could hide among other people that were of our persuasion. You know what I mean? Look like us. Similar to us, you know, in identity. But if he was a so-called white man, Joseph was, and Mary and Hamashiach, they stuck out like a sore thumb. So the angel to flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. But see, he said in verse 8, and he sent this Herod them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I, that's Herod, may come and worship him also. But what the angel told the wise men in verse 13, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Man. And what did he do? Verse 16, then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, because they went some other way, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under. He killed every baby from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. So, I don't want to dwell on that. Let me get off that. So let me go back to Matthew 2 and 10. Our subject matter is this incense. So they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh, right? That's what they presented to him, Mashak Abashai. So we're going to look at, I want to go to Psalms, King David, Psalms 141, verse 1 and 2. It says, Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, I cry unto thee. Make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. It's the only time the Most High have pity on us. You can't do this and be prideful. Let my prayer be set let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense. See? And the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. See? So he said, let my prayers be set forth before me, before the Most High, as incense, right? So we burning the incense, and you sending up prayers. You lifting up their hands, crying to the Most High. And where does your prayers go? How do your prayers go up? Let's go to Revelations, the 8th chapter, and verse 3 and 4. But you see, they bought on myself shy frankincense and myrrh. You can't go wrong with that. Revelation 8, verse 3. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. This in the fourth dimension. And there was given unto him much incense. See? It was given unto this angel much incense that he's at the altar, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. See? So you're burning the incense, and the prayers goes up through the smoke of the incense. Listen. And the smoke of the incense, as I just said, which came with the prayers of the saints, the smoke of the incense that came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before the Most High out of the angel's hand. You see? You burn the incense. That's why Zechariah was burning the incense even from the beginning. Most High told us to make an altar of cedar wood and burn the incense, but no strange incense. Like people burn sage and things that's really funky. Most I don't like no. He said sweet savor. Well, we can't be just burning anything, doing anything. So it says the prayers of the saints come to the Most High through the smoke of the incense, right? Who the saints? Psalms 148:14. He also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people, the praise of all his saints. Who are they? Even of the children of Israel. And who are we? A people near to the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. And I hope that was edifying to you. And Shalom.